that I'm big on symbolism. As a Franciscan, I serve with my very being. Today we are about to call someone forward who is willingly going to accept that they will serve too, alongside of me and my brothers and sisters in ministry. I hate hats. This office comes with a bunch of hats. And in a moment, I'm going to take this off for a few moments. But I want you to recognize, before I call him forward, where he's at. He is in the midst of all of you. You see, that's where a deacon is called from. You, his family, who have joined us today, you did this. You, through your faith and your love and your prayers, through the unwavering support of his mom and his sisters, the grace of his father, who is with us here today, through all of your hard work, his friends that are here, who worked alongside of him as he sought his degree, all of you have a part in today. You have formed a man who will soon one day become a priest. But today, he will become a servant. And no matter how he grows into his priesthood, and maybe even one day he will take this hat from me, even as a bishop, we are always deacons first. So wherever you are, whatever parish you belong to, if you can't get a hold of your priest, you tell him to call me. And I will remind him that his duty is to be a deacon. And so let us begin by calling forth our brother.
Let Joseph Ciccone, who is to be ordained deacon, come forward.
Most Reverend Father, Holy Mother Church, asks you to ordain this man, our brother Joseph, for the service as a deacon.
My dear brother Joseph, do you find this man to be worthy?
We rely on the help of God and our Lord Jesus Christ, and we choose this man, our brother, for the order of deacon.
We rely on the help of God and of our Lord Jesus Christ, and we choose this man, our brother Joseph, for the order of deacon.
Thanks be to God.
Joseph, you will follow me. Whew. Glad that hat's off. Sit. Today you are witnessing a miracle. You are witnessing the miracle of our Holy Catholic Church and tradition as we call forward one of our own from your midst in order to serve God and his holy church as a deacon. The Reverend Samuel Jones is a great Methodist preacher in Georgia. Sam has this unusual way of speaking to his congregation. His preaching style is one that's more of a dialogue. And so one Sunday morning, Sam decided that he was going to see where his congregation stood in a life of service and commitment. And so he said, let's pretend that we're a locomotive. Which part of that locomotive would you like to be? Well, one man, he practically fell out of his chair. He was so excited, and he says, I'd like to be the wheel that helps the train to roll down that track for Jesus. And someone else blurted out, I'd like to be the whistle that sounds God's praises throughout the land. Well, you can tell that they're Protestant, right? Anyway, Pastor Sam broke out in a huge grin, and he said, well, now you're all talking. Now you're getting it. But he said, I'm going to ask a question. I'd like to know which one of you is willing to be the track. Wow, huh? You see, we always want to be the engineer or the whistle. But for that train to work, somebody has to be willing to lay their lives down as the track. You see, Jones was talking about something that the world doesn't like to hear much about anymore. It's called commitment. It's a willingness to be used for Christ's sake. For me, that is the important thing that we are all witnessing today in Joseph's journey. For from today on, his journey will continue. But today, he will say goodbye. He will say goodbye to a status that has been a comfort to him, exchanging it for one of instability and self-sacrifice. Today, Joseph Lee Ciccone is going to enter willingly into a life of service for Christ, into a life of uncertainty, based solely on his faith that God has called him to serve. And I earnestly believe that being called to such an office demands that we who have willingly chosen to lay before the altar of God and to say, yes, here I am, Lord. Do with me as you will.